Very much about communication with self. So a lot of my forest visits have been on my own. And one thing I learned about myself is I talk to myself a lot and kind of out loud too. So I developed this thing where I would speak to myself and then don't think I'm really strange, but then answer myself as if I was a tree or whatever I was passing around. And so there would be this dialogue that kind of always happened. And I think in a very cathartic, therapeutic way, it was me speaking through kind of a lot of the issues I live with every day. You know, one is the grief, you know, the passing of my mother, and only kind of coming back to the country where she grew up well after the age where she would have, been here. And so I think it was, and I will never know that London because I think that the landscape of London itself has changed. So and she'll never be here to show me that London. But I think being in the forest, especially my local forest, Lee Woods, and kind of the ones around Bristol, because they're so close to home and I kind of know where I am. Because I already felt home in the city, I felt home in these very close places to me once I got to be around them. And I live a very busy life in the city, single mom, PhD student, kind of all over the place. And so these are places where I could actually just be nothing and everything at once. You know, I could be out there and I'm nothing and no one expects anything of me, but everything as well. And I think for me, that was really great to have these spaces where I could go close to home as well. You know, I think that was an important part for me, close to home, and be able to just let it out, you know, whether it was crying or laughing. There were so many different things that I came to in it. And probably the number one thing was communication, and it was kind of communing with myself. And, you know, like I said, I'm tied to the dirt. It was communing with the very natural things around me and things that are, you know, inanimate that for me spoke to me, or I was speaking through them. And I think in the work that I produce as part of the collection for Forestry England, a lot of the beings become animate. You know, I have a story about the trees talking amongst themselves, learning about climate change. And I think because it was just a very loud place to me of things happening and talking to each other.